Okay, so after much hanging around in the lobby and many false starts and trying for 25 minutes to make something happen on this stream, we are finally launching into the 4v4v4v4 Blasted Rock. And this is going to be utter and complete nonsense and madness and all other forms of fantastic things. Okay, so we only have 4 mechs apiece. Interesting. So this is gonna be tight. Okay, so I think what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna build 2 P-gens up there. I'm gonna grab 4 mass extractors with the commander, and then I am going to run over here. Yes, that is exactly what I am going to do. I think the middle is a fool's errand because a whole bunch of ACUs are going to run out there and get obliterated. So I'm just not going to even attempt it. We are going to go for an engineer and then a scout and then 3 tanks. We're going to do that on repeat. And I don't think I'm actually going to have that many units for map control because this is a freaking tight quarters map. I mean, seriously. For those of you watching the recorded version of this and wondering why people are putting in the comments section, date hot Japanese bricks, we have devised a plan to further the goal of growing FAF. Everyone needs to go create spam accounts on Twitter for hot, sexy monkey lords. And we need to just blanket every square foot of Twitter with mass messaging regarding sexy monkey lords. So yeah. If you're not watching the streams, you're missing out on epic planning sessions. You need to tune into these. Tuesday through Saturday, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern United States time. And there is my shameless self-promotion to the people here who I told that I never do shameless self-promoting to. Anyway, why is there so much lag? Probably because I was stupid enough to join a 16-player game. And there is inevitably going to be at least one person in a game this size who has got massive connection issues, and it appears that the guilty party is everywhere. He is the one that, well, nope, it might be Taylor Shia. This is simply too much subcom for the connections to handle. Alright, well, maybe, just maybe, this will clear up, or he will leave. I am hoping for the leave part. Okay, so you need to go over here and start reclaiming, because we have got to reclaim like our lives depend on it, because it does. And what I'm thinking here is that if I can get over into this corner with my ACU, maybe throw down a point defense, because point defenses are useful. We might just barely be able to secure this for ourselves. Maybe not even to build the mass extractors, just to suck all the mass off of it. So that's a thing. Alright, we've got a scout that we can shoot across here just to see what's going on that side. And maybe eventually we will actually get a tank out that will move to this side if the lag will ever stop. No! So the question is, to rehost or not to rehost? All right, I think that we are actually going to have to rehost this. That is very depressing. All right, a rehost it is. A very quick rehost indeed. I think I'm actually going to let this one just run the recording, because if we can get into the second game pretty quickly, you guys will be in on some of the little chat culture here. going on in FAF. I should probably pull up this screen, though, so you guys can actually see what's going on. Let me click right over here. Bing. You have a pretty screen to look at. See this lovely client in the background? This is exactly what you wanted. Okay, now we can go back into FAF. Because this is what you actually signed up for.
Group form.
There it is. At least I have more time to read chat today than I normally do. Oh my goodness. The Rule 34ing of Supreme Commander is horrific. Alright, so I'm on the north side now. I'm going to move back over. Nope, I'm not. Never mind. Okay, I'm going to go over there. Nope, I'm not. Somebody jumped in. I'm going to go over there. Whose team am I on? Okay, there we go. I want to be over here. Thank you. Gonna go random factions and gonna go for team 1 since it seems like nobody has actually gotten that one yet. Cool beans. Cool beans. Just got my 100 megabit upgraded to 360 megabit. So yay. I envy you, good sir. I envy you mightily because I can only dream of an internet connection that fast in the area where I'm at. Like I said, I am paying a stupid amount of money for the best connection that I can have in this area, and it hurts me to even think about. Speaking of which, huge thank you to the people who are supporting on Patreon and that type of thing, because that's basically what Patreon money goes for. Like, the Patreon money is just enough to pay the difference for the super internet. Like, what I would normally be paying a month versus the business internet that actually lets me stream. So, yeah, that's where that comes from. Directly from you fine people. Stop. Just no Rule 34 blocks. I think I might have broken chat. I might not should have gone there. But, okay. Be happy. 30 megabits is the max I can get. Is it a symmetrical 30? Because, like, that's the problem. I can't get a symmetrical connection around here. So it ends up being here. Let me do a speed test here for you. While we're waiting for the lobby to fill again. And get my screen back up here. So why? I don't understand. OBS is so broken right now. There we go. So bear in mind that this is while I'm streaming. So it's probably going to cut into my bandwidth a fair deal. But this is the best that I can get around here. So there's the 100 down, which is actually pretty good. And it's super stable. So I'm happy with that. But then it's going to test the upload. And you'll see why American internet sucks in the vast majority of the country. Like, if you live outside of a city area that's less than 1 million people, you're not going to get anything better than this. There it is, right there. The stream at this exact moment on the variable is taking up about 1,400. Yeah, between 11 and 1,400. So it's getting like 7.1 or 7.5 upload, which is why it's just freaking terrible. Terrible. Anyway, none of you asked for that, but there's your free information for the day. Yay! All right, the lobby is full, so we're actually good. Let's roll. Maybe, if everybody X's up. Okay. Set teams. I have set my team. We're all set. Gray. Who is Gray? Inf Chico. You, sir, need to set your team number. And also Brown. Why are you set to number 3? Is that ultimatum? Ultimatum really needs to change to number 1. Wait, why are all these guys number 1 too? What? This is just madness. Why can nothing ever be organized? Why is it always chaotic? I don't understand. I don't understand. See, if I had 360 down and 36 up, I would be really excited. I could simultaneously stream to both YouTube and Twitch at twice the bandwidth that I'm currently streaming at and still have more headroom than I do right now. It would be amazing. Let's just leave it at that. Download speed with YouTube on is 16.06. Upload is 1.75. Just bear in mind that this is, I am dropping well over $100 a month on this connection, which is like anywhere other than the United States would be unheard of. So that's a thing. Just bear that in mind. Well, except for Australians. I pity the Aussies because the Aussies have it rough. As far as connections go, good Lord, it's terrible. Everyone should hold your hat over your hearts and say a prayer for the Australians because they're truly living in a third world country. Oh my goodness. Yes, the 130 a month is literally only the internet connection. I can't actually afford that connection. I would not be paying for that connection if it weren't for you guys. So, yeah. It's a huge blessing. I do not take it for granted. I'm not going to complain about the 100 down either, because when I have catastrophes at the last minute where like I forget to have a game installed or something for a stream or whatnot, it greatly speeds up my ability to accomplish things. So that's awesome as well. But upload is the main area where I have major issues. Okay, so Blasted Rock again. Let's see if we can actually get something going this time. I have an extra mass extractor because I am stuck in the back. The creators of this map had pity on little old me and gave me 5 instead of 4. And you know what? I'm not even gonna complain. I ain't even mad, bro. We are just gonna do the best that we possibly can with this situation. Lock down our 4 mass extractors, and we are going to march right up to the front with our comrade in arms. T3, please. And try to keep him from dying. We've got Druazilla and Jaguar on our teams. Jaguar. Jaguar. I give up. Okay. Anyway. Yes, if Google Fiber could blanket the entire United States, I would be so happy. So happy. Oh. There's the disconnect. I think I'm just gonna host something else that's less prone to just completely destroy itself, because this is ridiculous. Yeah, let's just kick and go and pretend this never happened. Apparently, the 8v8, the 16-player map, or the 4v4v4v4, it's still too much for the P2P connections that most people have available to them. Oh, he reconnected, and now here comes the lag. Ah, I'm sitting here just wanting to scratch my eyeballs out of my skull. Okay. How long did it take for Steam to download Empire at War for you? I'm not sure. I don't remember. It's been a long time since I downloaded it. Huh. Anyway, we're going to grab this mass extractor right here. We're going to build a group of 4 P-gens in the back and maybe another 4, and that should be good. And we're going to build a energy storage and then maybe another 3. So what I am thinking with this map is that it's probably not got enough resources to actually bother with the whole building tons of units and whatnot. So I think I am just going to do what I can to tech up my base, and I'm going to get upgrades on my ACU. I think that's how this is going to roll. I'm going to move my comm over here, and we are going to attempt to reclaim all of those rocks. There, got a little mass from that. We are relatively balanced on our income mass-wise. Power, however, is a whole nother story. Now, I'm wondering, if I attack, move, and engineer right there, can I reclaim the rocks on the other side? Probably not. So I'm going to do that right there. I'm going to try for that, and let's manually reclaim these before the other engineer gets to them. Thank you. And we're going to go over here and do that. Good, good, good. And we're going to come right up here, and we are going to get, look at how much area this T1 radar covers. I can pretty much get this entire side of the map with a single T1 radar. And let it not be said about this game that Brink never built a radar, because I did. I am not going to guarantee that I replace it should it die. There is no warranty implied or explicitly stated, but I did attempt to build one at least at the very beginning of the game. Hello, Voice Break. Nice to see you again. Alright, we're going to do all of that lovely bit of reclaim there. And that's going to wrap that up. And we should probably go for a T2 Mass Extractor upgrade right there. We're going to have a little bit of a power problem, but I think we'll be okay if we get that T2 Mass Extractor online. Obviously, it is going to greatly increase our ability to produce various and sundry items of the higher tiers. I'm going to go ahead and lay out another 3 because I think that's wise. And we're good. The other thing that I might build, and I am really considering it here, is I might perhaps maybe need to build an anti-air, because I'm not sure how air plays out on this map. I'm not planning on building any interceptors, at least at the very first portion, because that seems like a waste of resources to me. I highly doubt that anybody is going to be focusing exclusively on bombers. This is a relatively new map without a built-in meta. But I also would not put it past some of the players in here to heavily abuse T1 bombers strictly because they were able to. So I'm going to keep on my merry way, building what I can. We're actually going to put our engineers in here and get that upgrade a-going. And we're going to actually chase. Oh, somebody got the middle. FTX Commando is just laying in a point defense there. Interesting. Let's see if we can double team this ACU here. Ah, yes. We're going to pin him in here. Oh, yes. This is going to work beautifully. So there's a T1 bomber. That is exactly what I was afraid of. Okay. There we go. I'm going to build an anti-air. Let's see if we can double team this guy down. I don't think it's going to happen. He's probably going to have his teammate come up in just a moment. I'm actually going to run up here. And I am going to reclaim this T1 factory. Because if I can reclaim this factory, I will get the mass from it, and he will be missing the build power. Also, reclaiming does more damage than an ACU without the gun upgrade does. So that's awesome. Aww. Why you gonna steal my mass, bro?
Commander under attack.
That's just cruel. Oh well. Okay, so that's done. Let's back up here. We're gonna go up in there. We have very nearly got our anti-air, and we're going to do that and go for another. So I do not have any combat units, which is probably a bad idea. But I've got plenty of power, and we're rocking and rolling with this stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and move my ACU back. I'm going to let T3 have this because he is short on mass extractors. I've got one more than he does at the moment, so he can have that and the reclaim. And I am well on my way to a second upgrade. I'm actually going to grab this stuff right here. There is safety in numbers, folks. Stay with your comrades. Not really. I'm going to go ahead and pull back. Okay, so we've got a nice little collection of engineers here, which are happily upgrading that. And I've got 250 mass income, or power income rather, to my name, which means that I should probably start an upgrade of some sort in the near future. I am wondering if more energy storage would be advantageous, because I might be depending more on overflow than I would care to admit. So we'll have to figure out how this goes exactly. This is what I'm worried about. I kind of want to shoot. I'm going to, once you're done with that, we're actually going to lay in an air factory. We're going to fit one of those right there. We're going to do one right there. Because I need to start pinging a couple of places with scouts just to see what's going on. Is that a Sparky? That is a Sparky! That makes me so happy. Achieve Jaguar, you're building one of the most underutilized and yet amazingly awesome units that exists. And here comes the point defense creep. So that's cool. I'm going to back up here. We're going to get an engineer on that. And we are going to go for a little upgrade. So let's go for a T2. Bamboozled. Let's do that, and then we're going to send an additional 2 engineers to assist, just to speed everything up. And we've almost got enough income here. Let's go ahead and just do an unassisted T2 upgrade there. That'll actually work out pretty well. So on the south side, we do have a couple of T1 units advancing, but the ACU is still unupgraded there. Foden does not have any leg up on the competition. And T3, I believe, has more HP than he does. Yes, he does, but tanks. So tanks are a problem. One thing to note about the Cybern ACU, it does have a pretty significant amount of extra regen as compared to the other. Oh, that's not good. Broken pathfinding much? Please move. Please. Okay, good. Good. He got out. Alright, so all you gotta do is get up near me, and I'll have, yeah, he's just gonna leave it alone. Okay, good. I'll be able to protect him. I really didn't want to break my upgrade for that, but sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. Okay, we're gonna stop production there, and should I reclaim? I probably shouldn't reclaim my factory, because I kind of need that. I don't know. Let's reclaim the factory. Because I'm good at doing stupid things that I kind of like the idea of at the time. Well, let's do that. And then assist that. And then that. And we're going to go T2 there. And pause. And all of you, we are going to start doing this lovely little thing. Because you can never have too much eco. Right? Right. And then we'll do that. Awesome. Pause you. And set. And good. Alright, so we need a gun upgrade, because a gun upgrade will pair very nicely with this entree of smash them up with the T2 upgrade that we've got going on here. You always want to pair those vintages together. Once we get this one, we'll have, of course, higher regen, more health, more damage than most of the other commanders on the field, not to mention the fact that we can build a T1 anti-air in 4 seconds to defend ourselves. So that is a pretty handy thing. I'll go ahead and start building air up here, which will get us on our way towards being able to scout the middle that I was a little concerned about just a moment ago. And he is probably going for the gun upgrade right there. Rob's gun. Maybe we can force him out of it if I get done with mine in time. Alright, so we will scout that, get everything tagged, find out who's got extra mass extractors, get rid of that person quickly as we can. There's an Oblivion turret. Oblivion turret not necessarily going to eliminate the Triad. Nope, it is out of range. The problem is that the Triad and the Oblivion do have area of effect, unlike the Seraphim and the Cybern, and you are able to creep them. You build them like right outside of range. Let me grab this here for Exhibit A. You build a Triad right there, and you ground fire it on the most extreme portion of the range. And the AoE will kill the point defense without the point defense being able to return fire, unless, of course, you actually have someone who understands the concept, and then they will AoE you in return, and it becomes a huge mess. and yada, yada, yada. Now, I've only got 56 power income, which is very, very low, so I'm going to stop you. There's 112. I might be able to abuse overcharge a little bit better on that, but I'm still not going to be able to do very much of it. So we are just going to kind of poke and prod our way through these mantis, wasting a couple of damage here and there, because, of course, the UEF does have the problem of having 200 damage on a single shot instead of the traditional. Ooh, I can't turn down that overcharge. Look at that beauty right there. 6 mantis at once. I do love me some clumped up mantis. There we go. Pick off those engineers that are getting the pesky little reclaim. And we are going to move over here. Focus on the units, please. I need to kill the units and not the ACU. I'm about to pick up a veterancy. Very nice indeed. Oh, look at that. We had an ACU die on the south side. Don't know what killed him, but that means that these guys are in a weakened state. Kill those, please. Thank you. So if we're able to force these guys out, that means that we can claim this economy for our own, and that will be amazing. Let's go ahead and throw down a land factory right there, which we are going to put on engineer queue and come down here. Good deal. All right, let's keep running down. He does have the gun upgrade, but we have a massive HP advantage. I mean a massive HP advantage. I'm gonna pop his radar so he can't see me. Awesome. Gonna hit that overcharge up. And he's doing a little more damage to me than I would like, so I'm going to back up. Kaboom. Hey-ho. Follow him up. Oh, I might actually be outside of nuke range. No, he has escaped. Dang it. Dang it all. Okay, I'm going to go kill his base off. Just because he pissed me off. All right, we're going to unpause that. Is that a Cerberus turret? Nope, it is not. Simply the Mantis firing. Alright. Nope, that is definitely a Cerberus. Let's hit that up. Let's back up a little. So he's locking this down with T2PD. Where is his T2PD? I don't see the blip for it. Maybe it is under... Maybe it's under stealth over here somewhere. Interesting. Come on, back up. Alright, so there's a Cerberus turret completed. So he's just going to creep us up. I would absolutely love it, buddy, if you would actually target T2 point defense that needs targeting. Because otherwise, I'm just going to get creeped out of town. And that is not something that I want. Okay, what is going to be more useful? T2 land or T2 air? Probably T2 air. Let's go ahead and assist this. And we're going to go T2 and build a T2 engineer. So, scouts away. I'm going to find out what's going on down here. There we go. Gonna chill out there, and we're going to shoot one across this way just to make sure that nothing is coming across the middle. Alright, good dealio, just outside of radar coverage. It was not actually under stealth, so he's got 2 Cerberus turrets. That is not actually as bad as I thought it was, and since he's got a T2 upgrade on his ACU, that means he does not have gun. Cannot say the same about Rick Special Forces, and I could say the opposite about... No, he has T2. I can say the opposite about Foden, because if he has the gun upgrade, that means that he does not have T2, because that is simply how Cybern works. Alright, so we're going to queue our engineers over here, so that... Ooh, I would rather not lose all of my NGs, thank you. So that we can get some assistance on this when we need it most. And as soon as all these get done, we will drop some assistance on that engineer, get a T2 powered up, and then start building something interesting. So down here, we have got a T2 P-Gen, we've got some T2 mass extractors and various and sundry other things. We do have a 5th P-Gen, not P-Gen, mass extractor over there. Not sure why it has a T2 P-Gen with this little economy. And all of these other guys are not really upgraded that much. Should probably not get in too close with that Cerberus turret, because I would like to keep my HP up, at least around the 10k mark. So there's that. So that is awesome. We're going to reclaim all of these, and we'll be good. That, do that, and you, my friends, are going to build this. And you guys, actually, once you get that, no, the little mantis has slipped past me. I wonder if that was actually luck, or if he knew what the gun range was. Why are you doing this thing? That's not great, to be honest. All right, we're going to do this, and then we're going to do this, and then we're going to do that. Because I think that we need some protection. Let's put all 4 of you on there, and all of you, when you get done, assist this. And you are going to start massing gunships. Because gunships are hilarious. Are they not? Yes, they are. Alright, so we're just going to kind of come in here and finish this thing off, because I don't think I'm in any danger here. I'm just going to grab these 2 mass extractors. And then we shall, thank you, use this to our advantage. Because we should be able to grab a... Do I need a radar? A second radar would probably not be a bad idea. Let's build a radar. Let's build a point defense, a flak, and a TMD. And that will give me a nice little protected area here, and I can just camp on this and not have to worry about anything. Alrighty then. So, Chief Jaguar is doing his typical thing where he decides that eco is love and eco is life, and eco is the only way to do anything. Yeah, so he's got a T3 Mex already. And he is the only person, I think, on the entire map that has a T3 Mex. Are there any T3s over here? There's not any T3s over here. Are there any T3s over here? There's not even any T3s over there, and they control the entire middle and this entire side expansion. How the hell do you get that much mass? But you know what? That's okay. He is getting a T3 HQ, and he is probably going to spam all manner of ridiculousness, such as T3 mobile artillery and yada 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 yada. So that's going to crack this base, and things will be awesome. The problem here is that Tempest has built his T2 P-Gens on the front line. So as soon as this artillery starts raining down upon his head like brimstone and fire from heaven, he's going to lose those P-Gens, and with it will go his entire economy. So that's an awesome thing, is it not? Yes, it is. Alright, so we've got 2 so far, and I don't know that we'll actually be able to pull off a snipe with this, but it is what it is, and let's find out, is that a zapper? That is a zapper. Let's find out what his range is. Probably too big for me to do anything with, but you know what? I'm going to try it anyway. So we're going to come over here. We're going to build a tac launcher as far over as we can possibly build it, which is right there. And then we're going to assist it up and see if we can snipe some of this stuff in the back here. Because awesomeness, that's why. Wait, Rick almost has T3 PD? Rick almost has T3 PD. Oh. That's not good. Well, you know what? If he's going to get T3 PD, I will kill them. That is fine by me. Aw, look at the cute little gunships. They're going in where there's already anti-air. Yeah, Chief Jaguar, you probably want to build something. Probably. Oh, I can come over here and kill him with that. Yeah. Okay. So, assist that, please. Thank you. So, gunships can attack other gunships. That's the thing. If you didn't know that already, mark it down. Run away! Stop! Stop with your swift winds. I don't want your madness over here. There we go. Okay, so they're not a threat. They're not a threat. I'm staying over here. Keep your swift winds to yourself. Thank you. All right, now this is about to get a little dicey because obviously we're going to have a little issue with Ravagers in a second here. Let's get a scout on that because I would prefer to get the hell out of Dodge if that's going to be a problem. Huh. We'll see. Okay, so you guys, let's make a T3 mechs. Because that sounds like a fun thing to do. There we go. Actually, no. We're going to take all of you and assist that build. Because I think that is far more useful. Okay, so that is still alive. Oh no! There's a zapper over there. Why didn't you build that? Did I get scouted? Are you watching the stream? Foden, are you watching the stream? Did you see me build this? I would be very disappointed with you if you did. Alright, so we got multiples over there and multiples over here. Oh no, you do not have multiples. I can probably kill all of this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's see if these tacks will fly over the Aeon defenses. That is the big question here. I don't think that fix has come through yet. Alright, so building that up, and then let's grab another T2 gen somewhere. Yes, over here. Now, let's build it. Because I think that might be useful later on. There's a Ravager there. This might get a little dicey. May have to build a transport to get myself out. But on the other hand, these guys don't have any flak. If they were watching the stream, they would be building flak. So I think I can let this one pass. And it does look like the Aeon TMD is sucking down the missiles that are attempting to fly overhead. So... oh, no! It's running to the back. Nope. There must be a TMD over here somewhere that hasn't been scouted yet. So that's a thing. We're going to reclaim you. Thank you very much. Wow, is the Ravager reach really that far? That's kind of impressive. I hear there's a Ravager firing over there. Huh. Okay. Well, 'tis what it is. Let's see. We have got quite a few. Let me scout and see what's going on down here. Just have a look-see, shall we please? And I spy with my little eye a Corsair snipe incoming. So we're going to do this. And this. What you got, bro? What you got? You got a SAM. And a whole lot of shielding. So this is going to be problematic. What we are going to do about it is we're going to stop you. We're going to go T3. And we're going to start pumping out demolishers. Alright, so all of you people need to come over here. Except for you. You need to do that. And we're going to start getting all that out. I'm going to hop on this little transport here. And we're going to fly back across. And this is where I probably need to build some flak or a SAM or something. Because I do not want to get Corsair sniped. We're going to drop him right there. Move that transport off. And let's see if we can do something useful with these. Is there any flak out in the middle? I don't think there's any flak out in the middle. There is not any flak out in the middle. Except for... nope, those are mobile. Those are T1 mobile. So I don't even have to worry about that. The only thing I got to worry about is this stupid SAM in the back row. That's annoying. Okay, so that's good. Let's build you. Let's build you. And let's build a couple of flak. Because that will tear Corsairs to shreds. I would be interested to know whether or not a series of commander drops would be effective. But I really doubt it against this side because they have a lot of air power. Actually, a disturbing amount of air power. I wonder why they built that much. But you know what? That's okay. We're going to stop with you. and we're going to start building a buttload of interceptors. Yes, that is an actual measurement. It is a metric buttload as opposed to a standard buttload, imperial buttload. Depends on what region you're in, I suppose. One weighs a couple 100 pounds more than the other. Anyway, there's another T2 gen going back down there. See, I told you he'd have power problems, and he is still building his T2 power generators on the front line. Why would you do this to yourself? You know what? That's okay. If he wants to keep wrecking himself, we will not check himself. We got 4 interceptors. That's cool. That's fun. I can get another T3 mechs. That's also fun. Kind of waiting on these demolishers to come out, because if I can start actually building something useful on the front line, that would be awesome. Build a scout and another 6. And we should probably be... Yeah, I'm going to need some more build power up in here. Let's build this over here. I'm going to take up some of Drozilla's space, since he obviously doesn't need his space since he's not building anything. We're going to do that and then come back and assist. And start pumping out some more engineers from over here. That should work rather beautifully. Alright, so these guys don't have any stationary anti-air at all whatsoever, none. And that's actually good for us. Very good for us. Because it means that as long as we can at least challenge the Swiftwinds with a goodly number of interceptors, we might actually be able to kill one of these ACUs, because I do have a rather large amount of gunships, 13 to be exact. So that's a good thing. We've got 1200, he is an unupgraded ACU, and we have a T2 ACU and only T3 factories. So that means that there's not anything super powerful over there. There's a couple more Ravagers starting up over here for the little bit of creep, and then Rick Special Forces is going to the south side to defend himself against this edge. So these guys have still got their entire slot taken up. I think I need to start there. That is a definite thing. We're gonna do that. And aha, here comes the Demolishers. So I need to figure out how to pack more build power into this space. You know that time that I said you never, ever, ever, ever should build drones? Well, this is one of those times when drones are actually an acceptable solution. Because you have very constricted spaces, your pathfinding is kind of a bitch, and you just need mobile build power, and that is what you get. So, we are going to go for a snipe on Pink. Because Pink has it coming for him. How dare you choose Pepto-Bismol for a color? That's not a real color. Come on now. Alright, interceptors coming in hot. And we have got the gunships on the way. Come on, Swifties. Fall into my mean little trap here. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Snipe, snipe. Kill. Yay! It's gonna work, folks. It's gonna work. It has to work. This cannot fail. Yeah, it's definitely gonna work. And he's toasty fried. And it looks like, oh wow, all of that artillery impacting on the other commander. That's some good stuff right there. Oh yes, the gunship snipe was a success. I can be content with that. That works out quite well. Alright, so we're going to unpause you. We've got 3, count them, 3 demolishers, which are just absolutely wrecking the joint down here. So that's a good thing. We're going to eat our way into this base. We'll be able to take all of that economy for ourselves. And one thing that does worry me is that all of these guys have an excessive amount of T3. And our scouts coming across. Oh, Yathatha. There it is. That's what I was afraid of. 20% Yathoda. I think Yathoda was the pronunciation that we all settled upon. So that is going to be what worries me. That is a team-built 25% Yathoda. And that could spell problems for us. That's not even the correct phrasing. But you know what? I'm not even sorry. Okay. Enough Ravagers to kill it. You know what? I think he's right. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, an 8th going down. Yeah, we won't have any problem. Alright, so T3 Mobile Artillery, I need you to move up a little and kill this P-Gen. Because P-Gens are where it's at. We're going to do that. We're going to move our entire queue up a little, actually. Right up there. Good dealio. Start caving in this base on this side. Anybody who said that Ravagers were OP did not know what they were talking about, because obviously you can stop them with some T3 Mobile Artillery in a timely fashion. Let's think about our build up here. So we've almost got all of our T3 mechs laid in. That is what I was going for. So at that point, I think we need another T2P gen. And then maybe a shield. Kind of need a shield in the middle here, but I built something in a bad spot for that. So let's do a shield over there. And then let's build some of these here things. We're going to build some drones, or some kennels rather, for the proper thing there. We're going to build some of those, and we're going to use that for our build power. And that way we can have one factory spewing out units at a horrendous pace. And that should satisfy our build power needs. Oh, look, he's got T3 artillery coming from the other side, too. How cute. All right, we need some T3 support. We've got plenty of artillery, so we're going to do a Percival, and then a shield, and then 3 more Percivals. That's going to be our fighting group there. Why do you keep talking about this? Like, let us do our own scouting. You don't need to be all whiny about it. But you know what? Since you've told us, I am going to scout it, because that sounds like a problem in the works. And we're not just attacking you, we're attacking everyone. Okay, 50% fatty indeed. Well, you know what? I can kill it. He is never going to get that son of a gun off the ground. Not a problem. I'm going to queue you guys out here to where you can actually do some good. And I think that'll work. Never question my judgment on gunships again. See, that's the thing about gunships. They can be objectively awful for long periods of time. But eventually they will be useful. You just got to find the right target. Also, interceptors are always useful. Never underestimate them. But at the moment, they're taking up too much space. So we're going to send them over here. We're going to get into Chief Jaguar's space. Make it where he can't build his mexes. There we go. So what are you doing out here? I would like you to go away. Please and thank you. Also, this is now an empty slot. So that's cool. That's super cool. We might be able to get that economy. Alright, we got to back up. Back up. ACU incoming. Run away! Oh, he's going to die in one volley. Oh, wow. Hey, attack him. We might get the kill with the arty. Oh, he dodged the Ravager fire. It's sweeping back. And he's toast. Yowzers. That is bad right there. Woo, buddy. All right, we need to move up. Because obviously you always need to move up. We're going to kill off these mass extractors a bit at a time. Get rid of all this economy that they've got going for them. And that's going to weaken them up. So now we're basically in a war against the opposite side. And they probably have a Yathoda by now. So this might turn into a bit of an issue. But we're going to attack all those and then attack all of those. Cool beanie weenie scallopinis. Alright, there's the Yathoda. It is moving up the right side. So that is where we need to be wary. The Chief Jaguar running back. Good, good, good. He has got an absolute metric crap ton of Serenities. Is that what they... Nope, he's got Demolishers because he is UEF after all. He's going to be able to lay in a ton of damage with those. We're going to grab you. You lovely little build power. And we're going to upgrade you. Someone was asking me in the comments at one point whether there was a hotkey for drones. There is a hotkey if you assign them a hotkey. There is not an inherent hotkey specifically for drones. We're going to back up a little. I don't feel entirely comfortable with how close that ACU is getting. Although my Percival might score a hit. And the Athoda, yep, there he goes, he's dead. The Athoda is a bit worrisome, so I would rather not get all of my artillery caught out. But he is moving the other way again, so we should be able to move back. Good, good, good. I think I can go to nearly 100% Percivals now. We're going to do 5 Percys AA. Awesome. 5 Percys AA and shield. That is how we're going to leave it. Yathoda trying to edge his way in here, but there is a lot of Ravagers that he's going to have to creep his way through. I'm going to go ahead and patrol these off the ground so the Yathoda can't kill them very easily. And we're going to scout. Because scouting saves lives, folks. Also, should probably target my artillery over there. That would probably be very, very much more useful. I'm going to bring my Percivals back over here and only target the Artie. There it goes. He is down. That is going to be a large mass donation to our team, and I thank you kindly, sir. Go ahead and finish ravaging. Did you just control K? No, you didn't. Okay, let's finish ravaging the base back here. He's got all of his T3 mexes upgraded. It looks so shiny and clean. Sure would be a shame if something happened to him. So we're going to do that. And that looks pretty dang good. Now let's go ahead and assist there. And we are going to drop our ACU back across. On over here, bud. Pick him up. I keep these T1 NGs a-pouring in. Upgrade those hives. We have got plenty going on. That is for sure. Alright. I think we can just directly target the ACU now. We're good. This worries me a little. I got a Monkey Lord over there. Uh-oh. What was that? That is that is a megalith. Oh, crap. That's not good. Alright, Mr. ACU, you need to just kind of park back there for a minute. All of you guys, we need gunships. I think the gunships are going to be all that saves us. Alright, Mega. I need you to fall to the Percivals. Was that the Mega just like walked up, totally ignoring all the T3 units and is going after the Ravagers? That was a mistake. Just about shredded half the health on it. Wow. That was a bit of a fail there, bro. Not gonna lie. That was bad. That was plain awful. Might be able to handle this just with a few Percys out here with that bad of a micro. But the GC is gonna come in and steal all the glory. Oh well. Okay, so that's solved. Let us stop this madness then. And we shall go back to the previous madness of Percivals. We need to... Where am I? Oh, my ACU kind of drifted a little bit there. Let's lay him up. Yeah, so there's still a monkey over here, which is a little worrisome. But there is a GC, so not that much. I do not have a T3 upgrade, though, so that's a bit of a problem. Let's go over here and do that. I'm back. And we need... Where's my T2 engineer at? We need a whole lot more hives. Because we do not have enough build power. Actually, let's continue on. Let's build Janus's. We just need to burn some mass. That's what we need to do. I'm going to start building hives all the way across the back here. Get that build power up. All I need in life is more build power. Everything else will take care of itself. There we go. Gunships are away. We got a megalith over here for plenty of mass. As soon as you get done, we're going to build a 1 and a... Where is it? There we go. 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 T3P gens. Because that's a good thing. Hey, yo, bro, don't sit there and take Ravager fire. That's not cool, man. And we need to move because there is something firing at us from over here. Why you do this thing? Alright, so we'll clump up there. That's good. Fat Boy is going to be able to break this thing. I don't think they're going to be able to defend against it. They're building a Fat Boy in the back, and they do have a Monkey Lord at their disposal. But with the Galactic Colossus on the wrong side of the map, the Monkey Lord might be able to run in and kill the Fat Boy, but I don't think they're going to be able to get that far. We're going to go ahead and target this in, try to get rid of some of that shielding, and we're going to run the Percivals in, because the GC is going and everything else is going as well. I would actually like to keep all of you fine fellas. We're going to run over here to the ACU, because if I'm going to get this Billy built, I got to build it fast. So we're going to do it that way. We're going to control KU. We're going to take you, and we're going to come over here, and we're going to build a whole bunch of energy storage. There we go. I think this game is going to be over before we can actually do anything, though. Let's go ahead and come over here, and we'll get all of this set. And bring you in. We need these T3 anti-airs to the front, please. Thank you. That's... The monkey is going to die, but the gunships are a serious problem. Oh, look, there's another GZ. What do you know? Well, the flak might be even more of an issue. There's flak and SAMs in the back. We're going to knock a couple of gunships out of the sky, but that is not going to cease being a problem. Ick. They might yet defend themselves from this. See, I told you the interceptors were always useful and to never underestimate them. How many gunships is that shot down? 4? And they're whittling away at the rest. All right, come on, move up. You got anti-air firing. Okay, here comes the GC. There is a Fat Boy. If they get their ACUs together, fire the TAC missiles and overcharge with a couple, that's actually an easy kill right there, I think. But here comes another Fat Boy. Yup. That is going to be the end of that base. Nothing to do but die. So let me ask you a question. Why did a 16-player game packed on a 10K map turn into an eco war with T4s? That's really strange. But you know what? Everybody loves an eco horse, so that's probably why. I'm going to walk out to the middle here, and we're going to dump this upgrade anyway, just see if we can get it done before the game is over. He might still kill this thing. Look at that. Oh, no. Mutual KO. Oh. The health was too low. Alright. Upgrading tactical nuke. I at least started the upgrade. And I'm rocking it out with positive power. But, alas, it was not meant to be. And that is a game. That is a game on the 8v8 Blasted Rock. 16 players. Give it a try if you can brave all the connection issues. There were quite a lot of them.